Hey, it's Paul from howtoplaybassdotcom. In today's tutorial, we're going to look at Lady Writer by Dire Straits. Fairly straightforward tune this, eighth note based, quite up tempo. I'm using Band in a Box to generate the chordal backing tracks that you'll hear in the tutorial, so you can compare the bass line that I'm playing to the chords of the song. Not really much to say. It's just kind of bread and butter playing, the kind of playing you'll be expected to do on gigs, learn lines and deliver them like this. So before we get started looking at the line, if you're not already a subscriber to my free monthly easy, you can click the link underneath the video and head over to my website and go and sign up. You'll get a series of song tutorials in video and PDF format as a thank you for signing up. Plus there's a monthly song tutorial again in video and PDF format. All this material is exclusive to people who sign up, so it's definitely worth doing. So go and do that, come back here, and then we'll get started with Lady Writer. Just heard the first 8 bars or so of the intro to Lady Writer with the sketch Band in a Box track. Now this 8-bar chord progression plays throughout the tune. It's the basis of the chorus, basis of the guitar solo, and the outro as well, where it just repeats and vamps. But there are subtle variations in each of those sections, as we'll come to. It's based around a 2-bar pattern mainly, which is something like this. And note-wise, we're looking at A, open A, 2 Bs, second fret of the A string, another B, C sharp, twice, 4th fret of the A string, open E, F sharp, second fret of the E string, G sharp, 4th fret of the E string. So then the final 2 times there's a variation. We're going to play A, B, 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 G sharp, G sharp, D sharp, G sharp, G sharp, another G sharp, G sharp and D sharp, the 4th and 6th frets of the E and the A string. So that last bar would be, then you'd be back into the pattern again, but this time it'll be used for the verse. We've got some subtle variations. So it's fairly straightforward, 2-bar pattern repeated 3 times, and then on the 4th repeat, the last bar is slightly different. Instead of being a C sharp minor chord, it's a G sharp minor chord. So that's the kind of intro and sets the tone for this groove when it's used in the song. Let's go and look at the next section, the chorus, where it's used with some variations. Okay, the next section we're going to look at is the chorus, where the vocal comes in. We're going to use some small variations on the pattern. I just played them with the Band in a Box track. First 2 bars are as before. The next 2 bars are where we're going to get our main variation. So what we're doing is A, 2 Bs, another B, then C sharp, and then we're hitting C sharp and 2 G sharps in the off. So I'll play through those 2 bars and count it through as well, so you can clearly hear that those hit the offbeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so you can clearly hear that they're on the and beats. The next 2 bars, basic pattern again. Final 2 bars we're going to repeat the final 2 bars we used in the intro, something like that. So you've already learnt that. So repeat that again, because the vocal section's 16 bars long this time. And then we get into the next section of the tune, which is got the lyric just the way the hair fell down around her face. This is a 12-bar section. We're going to have a listen with the Band in a Box sketch track, and then we'll talk through the notes. Okay, so the hair fell down her face section starts off in A. We're going to play a simple figure. It's just two roots and the third and the fifth. So two A's, and then the third is C sharp, fifth is E, fourth fret of the A string for C sharp, second fret of the D string for E. Play that twice. Then we're going to go down and play this figure on the E chord. So we're playing E, F sharp, hammer to G sharp, second and fourth frets of the E string, B to C sharp, second and fourth frets of the A string. So you play that twice. Then we're going to repeat for one bar the figure we did on the A chord. Then the next chord is also A, but we've got a transition, so we're going to play, which is just A's and then a B. Then we're up to a C sharp minor chord, and we're going to play, which is C sharp, fourth fret of the A string, E, second fret of the D string, G sharp, first fret of the G string, then back to C sharp, and then B, fourth and second frets of the A string. Then we've got a pattern on G sharp, over the G sharp minor chord. We're going to play this, which is G sharp, fourth fret of the E string, B, second fret of the A string, two D sharps, first fret of the D string, back to B, back to G sharp. And the last four bars we're going to play F sharp, and passing notes are G sharp, then we're on to A. We're going to play A, E, G sharp, so it's open A, E's the second fret of the D string, G sharp's the fourth fret of the E string again, and then the last two bars are C sharp minor, and we're just going to play a pattern, simple, very basic, very common rock rhythm pattern. And then you hold that last note, you make staccato, then there's a guitar slide in, I think, and then we're into another 8-bar chorus repeat. The next section that we need to look at that's different, after this we get an 8-bar with the basic figure. Then we go back into this figure, and then after that we get into a bridge where we've got the lyric of Yes and Your Rich Old Man. So that's the next separate section we need to go and look at. Just heard the section where the lyric is Yeah and Your Rich Old Man. It starts off in E, and it's a simple triad bass figure. So it's E, second fret of the D string, G sharp, first fret of the G string, B, fourth fret of the G string. And then the second time, same figure, but you go B back to G sharp. And then we're going to take that pattern, play a similar pattern down on with B as the root note. So it's B, D sharp, first fret of the D string, F sharp, fourth fret of the D string. Then we've got a passing kind of pattern. We go from B to the D sharp, back to the B, and an A sharp, which is the first fret of the A string. Then we're down to a G sharp minor chord. I'm going to play a simple pattern, which is just G sharp and the fifth, D sharp, fourth and sixth frets of the E and A strings respectively. And then the final two bars are in F sharp minor. We're going to play a pattern like that. So first bar is F sharp, 2 F sharps, then a C sharp, second fret of the E string for F sharp, fourth fret of the A string for C sharp, and the final bar we're going to play F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, G sharp, G sharp, fourth fret of the E string, and then that'll take us to the next section, which will be the guitar solo. Okay, the guitar solo, 16 bars long, so you play through it's based on the main pattern that we started the tune out with. I've put in some variations. You can find there are some variations on the recording. So we'll go through it. It's pretty similar. The main difference is in the 2-bar pattern, instead of playing, we're now going to play. So same notes, but we're not holding that C sharp, and we're playing the note distinctly before we go down to the E, F sharp and G sharp. So slowly. So you're basically putting an extra C sharp in, whereas before you were holding the C sharp onto that note. So it does that twice, that 2-bar pattern twice. Then the third time round we've got another variation. We're going to play something like this. So it's A, B, 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 C sharp, C sharp, E, G sharp, E. So it's just a minor triad figure. E is the second fret of the D string, G sharp's the first fret of the G string, back to E, second fret of the D string. Then the final 2 times, very similar kind of pattern. You can do anything there. Drive through to the next pattern. So play that 8 bars figure twice for the guitar solo. Obviously if you've got your own variations you want to throw in, you can do. There it goes back to just the way the hair fell down her face again. Play that section again, and then we're going to close out the song with the outro. Okay, the outro, built again on the same 8-bar pattern, but this time what we've got is the first kind of bar of the 2-bar pattern stays the same, but then we've got some little kind of walking almost style sections. So the first 2 bars, so we're playing A, B, 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 C sharp, E, D sharp, C sharp. C sharp, 4th fret of the A string, of course, E and D sharp. I'm playing there 2nd and 1st frets of the D string, back to C sharp at the 4th fret. 3rd and 4th bar. Okay, so it's again another quarter note walking style pattern. This time we're playing C sharp, G sharp, 1st fret of the G string, E, 2nd fret of the D string, back to C sharp. 5th and 6th bars. Repeat the pattern we did in bars 1 and 2, and then the final 2 bars, just that simple pattern again: G sharp, D sharp, 2 G sharps, a D sharp and a G sharp, root and 5th to with a driving 8th note rhythm to kind of end that section and move it to the start of the next 8 bars through. Now that 8-bar pattern then loops over and over. You can throw in some more variations if you want, but if you put those sections together in the tutorial, you'll be able to get through the tune.